Yeah, so I'm just doing a bunch of tests, guys, for how stuff works. And got a few things I got to fix with this guy. There's a little tutorial they give with what I got today on how to see how his hands are going in there. So basically, I take his shoulders and bring him out a little, and his arms out a bit more, and then he should maybe his hands up a bit. Okay, and they teach you how to do that, so it's pretty good. But the animations are from Mixamo, which is Adobe, which is really nice of them that they give us the stuff to play around with for free. Right? I like that guy. He just looks creepy to me. Now, the other point to make is some of the animations I'll put with splines, which will do the walking or the long haul, right, for a camera shot. And thus, you don't need the animation doing the walking. You keep it in place. So it does this little bit here and then moves, right? We'll see how that works out too, because it'll work good for the guy on the ground. And the idea is to have a few of these things or some creatures crawling out of the ground, right? Sort of, yeah. Like I say, quality will go up when I do the render because you can do that better. So that's another one. That's why I'm down at 720p here playing around. Less resources. And if I move this to 427, I got to create a nav mesh around everything so that this guy here doesn't spawn in and drop right through the bloody map. I don't know why Unreal did that, but I can suspect that um, it's to do with, you know, they give out stuff in a unfinished state where if you're doing just cinematics and you put your characters around, you put your cameras up, it won't affect dropping through the map because you're not spawning in, right? So you're good, you're kind of good that way, but then it creates extra work, right? Because what I like to do, I like to get in here, run around a bit and go, okay, let's put a camera, you know, we'll put one up over here. If something crawls out of the water here and has these two guys going up the coastline, you know, or something, right? Something like that. You gotta know what you're where you want to put your cameras. I still gotta go get my brain arrayed around socketing weapons on and stuff like that, and then see how these animations work with, you know, something like this. Like he's rigged to the epic skeleton, so I know I can use them. It's just a question of once the weapon's socketed, does that interfere with other stuff? You know, I don't know. We'll see. And then there's guys that have weapons in their hands, right? And they have weapon animations. How much extra work is that? But if I get a ton of different poses, doing that little extra work will be make it look professional, right? Yeah, and I know I got to fix that thing. Snap it down with it. You know, I moved it up and it just looks like it's floating in the air. But anyway, back in here doing things. So little break from Grim Dawn and everything else too. I went really hard at that last build. That was a tough build to get going, but once you get it going, I'll finish it up maybe sometime on the weekend for 100th level. I mean, it doesn't take nothing anymore to do anything. It just destroys stuff. And anyway, this will be more of a focus because the idea is that I can do little bits. Once I get a little more, what's the phrase, used to using certain things and doing certain things in a procedure, then I'm just going to be boom, 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 doing stuff, right? I mean, even sitting on Twitter, I can just see in my brain making little meme skits for, various situations just for fun, all that kind of stuff, right? You know, nothing harmful, nothing just totally distasteful or any of that crap. But it's just sort of for fun. Yeah, I got a dragon running around in a circle over there. Just getting used to using this spline path there now that I've got an idea how that works and everything else. Yippee. So anyway, we'll get out of here and just let that go. But just so you know, I'll be more or less doing this all day, and I had to get out of Twitter and Chrome because it's using like a gig of memory, and Microsoft Windows wants 5 of it for itself now. Things flying over there, dudes walking out of the water over there. See, the other point to make is with this kind of setup that I have now, okay, there's something I wanted to show you guys too. Is it looks too robotic. This is one of the concerns I had, right? Making it look like each of those guys is an actual guy, right? And they're walking too much in unison, right? So giving some variation, right? Which, you can do it inside the engine, inside their animation, and make custom animations within that. But you can also, in the mix and mode download, change speeds on things, and you can have, one guy's arms a little wider, his head, stuff like that, and different things like this. And then you can go in and play with these bone things, and then it might look a little different, right? Now, the whole point is that I'm going to change this to something else. And I'm just, it's like, inflation's hit more than just your food and your gas and everything else. Stuff that I was looking at a couple of months ago that was $25 is now $40 in the Unreal Engine to buy, which if you want to buy 2 things, suddenly it's $80 instead of 48, right? Which is why I kind of things get dragged out because I'm always waiting for a sale to come on, So I grab stuff then, right? Like it looks really good, Like I mean, the environment's just spectacular. I love it, and they did good work on things like doors and different things in here and whatnot. I got to do more work on that sort of temple-ish thing in the water, and hopefully we'll get this all done. Can't promise anything, but you never know. You never know. It's a pretty mean looking lizard, aren't they? It's the lizard people. Mr. Demon, what are you doing up there? Looking at everybody else. Anyway, take care, everybody. And like I said, you start seeing maybe a little preview in about 2 weeks. I'll say that. Whatever I've done by then. Maybe putting some serious time into this one now. And then after that, then I'll play around with that sci-fi one that looks sort of Stargate-ish, and I have some other ideas now to make it totally different, and it doesn't need to be Stargate anymore, right? So if Amazon doesn't want to do something, then move forward without them, because everything I have in that other asset pack, except for the gate that's in there, which I now have a replacement for, is my own IP, right? I can do what I want with it. So that's what you do, folks. You don't want any trouble from people, you don't start nothing. You don't use their shit. As much as I like using memes or something on Twitter or something, there's somebody else created those, so really, I like to use my own shit for a change. Then it shows you got some brains and originality. It's a mean thing, and I'm kind of glad I had this shader from before. It's probably one of the only ones that you can use that's functional for like water, right? Whoa, plunk, and you can see above you is water, right? Now, I have swimming animations and stuff like that. And there was a pack that I had for that, and it looks like the person doesn't, you know, isn't keeping up with it. So this is what happens. You get some really cool stuff, and then people probably get hired by somebody and just stop looking after their stuff. Oh well. You get examples though. That's the main thing, right? So we'll see those programs. There be dragons in them heroes. Except over here on this side. This is the better side of the universe. Ooh. It's a griffin jumping up and down on a roof. If you're happy and you know it. That'll be another thing I'll have to figure out is how to. That'll be that'll be fun. There's only so many animations for these things, so you're kind of hamstrung. And I really don't want to deal with Blender anymore. They're just I don't know what's happened to those people. It's everything that's cool about that free software requires money in a mod. That's not free software, assholes. I just sorry, I just and that's why what they've done is they priced themselves into nothingness where the usefulness and the ignorance of how they talk to people about learning stuff, they just shove you back to going to the other guys in their software again, who then go, $2,500 a year. Okay, not. So you get kind of, but anyway, Epic's still giving stuff out free, so that's cool. A lot of different things, but they're pushing Unreal 5 more and more, which I can understand, but I don't have a 30 series card. I don't have a system that's geared to that. And when 40 series for NVIDIA comes out, I'm left even further behind because there's no bloody way I'm paying those pandemic prices. Not, no one else is either. I mean, when you go to use a benchmark and use DLSS 3.0 on your new card versus another card, and you turn even DLSS 2 off, there's no way you can compare the benching, okay? And it looks like that 4080 12 gigabyte is worse than a 3080 or a 3090. You know? Kind of crap you're trying to pull, you know? Show us a 3070 for $500, you know, or $600, you know, like piss off. Anyway, that's just a gripe from the general community. We all know, you know, what they're doing. They think they can just keep these prices the same, and we all got tons of money. Well, if as far as gamers are concerned, if I got to buy a $900 graphics card, I'm buying less video games. So therefore, less money goes to developers to actually do things, and then you cycle yourself down again. That's what happens. We're going to have this situation where maybe 1%, 2% of the gamers have 40 series cards. Okay. And maybe 15% have 30 series cards. So there's 17% of all the gamers. And you want to peddle a brand new game. This is why it's seriously foolish to be playing around in the Unreal Engine 5 with high-end stuff and all these super ray trace features when most of us don't give a shit about that. Like, this isn't ray trace. It's fine and dandy. I mean, holy jeez, this is a $250 Canadian card right now. Why would I tell a gamer to go spend $800-900 to go play a game I make in Unreal 5? You know, it's just foolishness. Like my last card was GT 620, 1 GB. And I used that right up until the middle of last year, doing cinematic, little cinematic stuffs in here. It wasn't the best card, but it would still do it. But they whittle you down, and eventually that's it. Oh, wait. Oh, get around the door there. For some reason, there's a giant chicken upstairs here. Ah! I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll get rid of it. But anyway, that was for a joke. Me doing sarcasm. World's largest chicken eggs. Anyway, guys, see you later.